Welcome.
Welcome.
Leave me alone.
To the Three Oak Podcast, where even the artists can be fans. AJ the Menace.
Shane and Petit.
I'm Vada Valley today.
And I'm L.A.
Gambal. Leon
Howdy.
Gamble's in the building with us.
up,
Welcome
what
to
up?
episode 56, people. We are just
Yay.
climbing on up this goddamn
yeah.
ladder.
What?
100 on the way, nigga. 100 on the way. Hey, 100 on the way. Hey, shake that ass, bitch. Shake it.
If you really look at it, yeah, I mean, I don't know where that came from, but I like the
She was
energy.
getting ready.
Yeah.
Like-
I'm thinking that energy. The
Yeah.
words can change, but I'm thinking that
My
energy.
face
yeah.
is showing shock, but on the inside, I'm twerking that ass.
I know.
Exactly. Yeah. Twerk for that 100. We might need to send that off to video.
Yeah. Make an actual thing.
We gonna do some sort of definitely gonna do some sort of like meet and greet event. Like we'll do an event for the 100th episode. Definitely.
Oh, okay.
Most definitely. We have to. Like,
Yeah.
there's no way we
Yeah.
can't.
That's
We're
true.
gonna hit 100 before the end of this year.
Yep.
Yeah.
So our
56,
event.
man, that's deep.
Yeah, 56 deep, and when we hit 100,
Oh, yeah.
it's gonna be real. And that's we starting to do 2 a week now. Next week,
Had to do it.
next week we're gonna have Johnny's Pizza for y'all. Next week.
I hope
That's
he comes
right,
through.
yeah.
Oh, he's
With a
coming
pie.
through. I just
With a pie.
they just hit me
With
up,
a pie.
Johnny. You hear that?
Please. I need
Bring
a
a
pizza.
Pies are being requested.
Bring a pizza pie.
We'll clean the table off.
Yeah.
Throw it right here in the center. You know what I'm saying? While you telling us a story, we'll just eat.
Man, that sounds good.
Damn, that's some good ass pizza.
Be like, hey yo, hold on real quick, bro. I understand you telling me about your childhood, but look, look, this pizza fire, son.
Yeah.
But we got Johnny Pizza next week. I almost said
his
Johnny
name?
Blaze. Shout out to John Blaze.
Johnny
Yeah,
Blaze.
that's the homie. He's doing his thing right now.
Yeah, he is out in Switzerland
Germany?
or something. Yeah, one of our homeboys out there.
Oh,
doing the
nice.
thing. I saw
But
he just
it-
dropped a feature film or something. I still got to check it out.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta send that to you too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see that.
Gotta check that shit out, man.
But to jump into this week's music, all right, people, we're a little late now on this, but it's not our fault that we're late because it all happened
Like the day
when we
after.
already recorded.
Right
so
after.
it's
I mean,
happened.
it's been a string of events, so
It-
we're not
it
late.
had-
We're
it
still
had-
on
yeah.
time.
Yeah, we're still on
Yeah.
top.
Still
You
actually
know,
kinda going.
I would have liked
Yeah.
to drop like Tuesday.
And it's still
or-
topical. It's still topical.
like-
Everybody's still talking about it. And
It,
shit,
it's
so
still a
yeah,
thing. Yeah,
It's still a moment right now that's going on.
They'll be talking about it by Wednesday. Still.
yeah, that's true.
yeah, that's a fact.
But,
Today, which is today.
But Kanye West,
Yeah, man.
we have got
The hell you doing to us, man?
We got the Charlamagne interview.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's
which
talk
I
about
saw-
that first.
Which I
Yeah,
like. I like
we're
that
we're
one.
gonna start chronological. We're gonna do it in chronological order.
Yeah.
So the Kanye interview, I thought was great.
I did too. Great.
I
I did
completely
too.
understood where he was coming from.
I needed
understood.
that.
Yeah.
I
we
wanted that
needed-
for Christmas.
Yeah.
It was actually crazy because I watched that interview and then I posted something right after I watched that interview on Instagram on my story talking about how I'm not writing this nigga off like everybody else writing him
Yeah.
off.
You can't
then-
after you watch that.
After I watched it, I couldn't write him off, but then right
Mind
after
you,
I
we're
posted
going in
that,
chronological order, people.
yeah, I know.
We're
Right
going
after
in
I posted
chronological order.
that, yeah, for real. Let them know. Right after I posted that, they dropped the TMZ shit. I was like, that shit would happen right after I
Exactly.
posted
What
it.
happened
right
to
after-
me?
Right after I posted
That's
it.
exactly what happened to me. Right
Yeah.
after I watched it, I was like, man, I have a new understanding of this guy. I don't agree with everything he's saying, but I have an understanding of where he's coming from. And then I looked at the related videos, and he says slavery was. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Fucked up everything I said right before.
It was,
I
bro.
just
It
finished
was,
the video.
man.
I
Give me a
felt like
break.
Beyonce at the 2009 VMAs. No, Kanye.
Oh, she was in the crowd like,
Yeah,
For real.
yeah.
what is he
real.
doing?
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
But going back to the interview,
The interview.
it was really insightful about what his point of view is. I can see where he is with the whole like loving everybody and all that stuff. It seems
Yeah.
like he has like when he came out of the hospital, he had this new epiphany almost,
Right,
you know.
right.
And
You
just-
remember when he said, I got some karma waiting for me?
Yeah, he did say
Yeah.
that. I
He
remember
said
when
that
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah, he did.
And
Yeah.
Charlamagne, he wanted Charlamagne to hear
Hit
it.
on it, yeah.
Because he
Yeah.
didn't, he heard it, but he didn't like
Yeah.
Go
hear
on,
it.
yeah.
And he was like, no, I got some
That's
karma
karma
waiting
coming,
for me.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
God damn, man.
Yeah.
You don't
Charlamagne-
feel like you paid yet? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
facts.
he must have did some shit.
And it's crazy for him not to feel like he paid already when you look at his wife getting robbed and shit like that.
Yeah,
too.
like
when they were
stuff
talking
like
about that,
that,
too,
yeah.
I was like, in my mind, I was like, that's for real. Like, we talk about these people like they're really just
Exactly.
items.
No,
But
they're
these are
humans.
real
They're
And
humans.
and
Joe,
see,
like-
and I thought the same thing about his wife getting robbed.
Yeah,
and then
I
I
was
was
like, I
like,
wouldn't
he
know
must
what
have
the-
done something grimy after that. That's
Yeah.
why he's saying I got that karma waiting on me.
Yeah.
That could be a case. That could be
Well,
the
he
case.
probably did. Y'all probably don't watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
I don't.
but they did a whole episode basically where Kim kind of told her side of the story and everything that happened. And you know they're big on filming stuff like that too. So when they got back to New York, someone was filming them, and Kanye was basically like, "This had to be a setup because they knew I wasn't there because they knew if
yeah.
I was
That's
there,
what he
I
said
would
in the
literally
interview
kill
too,
them.
yeah.
I would have literally killed them.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
That shit crazy.
Yeah.
For real, for real.
What else are you about to say?
Yeah. What was that? Damn,
I don't know.
lost my
Kinda
train of
cut
thought.
you-
Yeah. The interview. Shout out to Charlamagne because I thought he asked
an excellent shit.
excellent questions.
Killed that
But
shit.
He
was
asked a lot of
interview.
questions that had Kanye sort of silent for like 15, 20
Had to
seconds.
think about
figure
what
out
he was
how
gonna
you-
say.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he had because you could tell that, and even Kanye admitted this himself. He says that he's not a thinker.
It just
He
does
emotes.
things.
Yeah.
He's just a emotional
Yeah.
person, and he said that a bunch of times. I don't think I have feelings, bro.
And he just
I have
wants to say. He
feelings. I
just
have
says it. Yeah.
feelings.
He just says
Yeah.
what he wants to feel.
Yes,
What he
and
feels.
that answered everything,
Yeah.
because his mind is kind of just turned off, and he's just emoting.
Which I've
all
been
the
trying to
time.
tell people for a while as well. Kanye, it takes Kanye at least minimum 10 times to say the same thing before you start to understand what he's trying to
That's
say.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
that
poor
is
It
communicator,
takes him
which
like
I've been
10
saying all the
times to
time.
say the same thing different ways before you're like, I see what you're trying to, what you're
Now-
trying to say.
now that makes
Now
sense,
that makes sense
yeah.
where you're trying to go.
Even T.I. said that Kanye is the type of person that just needs like a translator because he
Yeah,
can't
facts.
express what's on
Oh,
his
he
mind.
said that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
say
yeah,
that.
he said that on a Hot 97, I believe.
Okay.
Now, he also said it, I think, on the Breakfast Club
And
interview.
Breakfast Club, yeah.
Okay.
It's true because like he just doesn't know how to articulate what's on his mind. But
And
it's
anytime you say something off the emotions, it never comes out.
Never
it never
right.
comes
comes
out
out right.
See, but he doesn't see that as a problem, and I kind of
That's
do.
true.
Remember, he was
Yeah.
saying like he loves today because everything is all emotional, and it's everybody just reacts.
Well, I
and
think,
everything.
he was saying it was more everybody
Extreme
individualistic, like everybody being themselves. That's why he's
Yeah.
like, he loves this era. He feel like this is the Kanye era because it's like everybody.
I
because
can
he
see
was
that,
he
too.
been doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been doing that. He
Now
feel
this
like
is
it's
the
finally-
time. When
it wasn't
it's the
acceptable.
time now, like
Yeah.
for that shit to be acceptable.
But however, I feel like the fact that everybody is sort of just emoting without thinking
is
first,
still a problem.
it's still yeah. That's my
dangerous,
biggest problem
period.
with
Yeah, and I don't mean
today.
to jump ahead, but when it comes to that, because we get to it later with that TMZ shit, one thing that Van had said that is based on that was you're doing the opposite of thinking freely. You're doing the absence of thought.
What Van said, yeah.
Yeah.
We're just freely
You're-
expressing like that without actually thinking.
I think
I
you're
was
doing the opposite the opposite of thought. What did
No,
he say?
opposite of free thinking. He says
Yeah.
he's a free thinker, but
I
he's
think
like,
what you're
nah,
doing
the
is the-
opposite of that. You're
the absence of thought. Yeah, there you go.
You're just
That
expressing
nigga
shit.
Van can talk, yo.
Yeah.
He strung that together beautifully.
Yeah.
Brother, I am appalled.
Deeply hurt.
Yeah.
You
Felt
heard me?
it.
Yeah, we are. He definitely spoke for black
Felt
people,
it.
yo.
Yeah,
Thank you,
facts.
Van.
Facts.
You spoke
Yeah.
for all of us. We were like, yes, somebody
man.
serve this nigga with that real shit.
Yeah,
like,
man.
serve him. Just give him one dose. That's it.
So that's why when when Charlamagne would ask him a question and he would be silent for about 15, 20 seconds, you could tell that he was asking him questions that he never thought to ask himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like what
It's
would your
true.
mother think about you running for Trump?
Yeah.
He never thought of that before because he doesn't think.
Yeah.
And then when he
Yeah.
said, I refuse to believe Donda would be supporting Trump, that took him like a minute to answer. And he
Yeah.
was like, I think because he was really thinking, damn, my mom would not be fucking with this on
Yeah.
any level
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he came back slickly and was like,
We have disagreements.
yeah. You know, I would think different. You know, I'm not going to say what you would think your mom would do. You know her better than me. So,
Right,
you know, but
right.
yeah, I think that was. He had a lot of moments like Charlamagne's interview questions was like some of the most fire lineup of questions I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
Like
Every time he would ask a question,
Shit
like
was
a
so
great question, and he would be silent. First of all, in my mind, I'd be like, "That's a great question," and then Kanye's like silent for a minute. I'm staring at the computer like,
Yeah,
in
like-
suspense because I'm
Like,
just like,
please
"That's a
tell me
great
this."
question. Answer this."
You know why? Because Charlamagne, you could watch him. He is so engaged. It's not even just like the reading off his list of questions. He's so engaged in the shit. Like when he really hears a response and he's really wondering about the shit, you can tell he
Yeah.
really cares about
Yeah.
trying to figure this shit
Yeah.
out. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And then that makes you care as well because you're like, bro, I want to know what the fuck is
Yeah,
going on.
exactly.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
like, and when he asked the question, you're like, nigga, I was thinking that shit. What's
Exactly,
What's going on?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's the exact
he
question I
thought
had.
all the questions that I wouldn't tell y'all I'm thinking of.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right,
like
right.
we've thought it while we were watching something before, but it was like a lot of those questions that he was asking was questions that you normally just ask yourself and you don't express to somebody like you actually
Yeah.
want to ask them that. Like,
Right.
The interview was full of those. It felt like, and I was like, damn, yo, this is like the realest Kanye shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, I
Like,
almost didn't want it to end because I was just
exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Thank God it
enthralled
was
with
long.
that
Thank
con-
God
yeah,
it was like
thank
that
goodness.
long.
For
Yeah,
real.
almost 2 hours. I think.
Yeah, and if it was like 30 minutes, we would not have been
Oh, that
satisfied.
would-
Especially if they were
fuck it.
going on that same sort of rhythm.
Yeah.
It would have been like, damn, 30 minutes, that's it, bro? Like,
Yeah,
there's so much
yeah,
more to talk about.
Yeah.
I still feel like they cut it short though because the way they had to have, right?
I mean,
I'm
well,
sure
they
they
cut it
probably
off.
edited
it.
They cut it off.
They definitely cut it
The
off.
last sentence was like,
but that was
big.
dope though. Because see, that's
Yeah.
the thing. Because what I was posting about that Kanye interview was the thing that really struck me in there is he had a lot of big ideas that I was like, this nigga's thinking on another level, man.
Yeah.
And I was just like, that shit is actually dope. Like, yeah, he said some crazy shit, and I don't agree with a lot of shit he said recently, especially put that out there right now. But. Nah, like when he was talking about he just got his 300 acres, he's about to start building a city.
Shout out to them 300 acres.
That shit
Jesus
is dope
Christ,
to
I
me.
want
Like
that
he
shit
wants to
so
start his own
bad.
community and do this other shit. I was like, yo, he's like people are not thinking like that on a
Yeah.
regular daily basis.
Right.
Like you're not like most people. You're not looking at them right now. They're thinking like they're investing their money to save or do whatever to get 300 acres because they want to build a community.
Yeah,
Like that's just dope.
yeah. That's almost the conversation we were having with Sloppy. Remember?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
He was
Yep.
like,
Yeah,
he had
but see,
sort
that's
of the
not
same
regular. That's still
intentions.
not regular shit. As he
Yeah,
said
that's
that
not.
day too. He was just like,
Yeah.
you know, to be around it. What did he say? He was like, to
Oh,
be. He was like, 4 great people in a room right now is so like
Rare.
rare. He was like, for us
Oh,
to all
true.
be like good people, like typically 1 out of like 10
yeah,
is a good person.
Yeah, that's true.
yeah.
But
And-
yeah. Oh, go ahead.
No. I was gonna say something with Charlamagne caught him twice on like I guess what you would call like rich nigga problems. I guess.
Yeah, I like
yeah.
those parts.
Yeah. At
I like
least
those
twice he
parts.
caught him. One of them, one
It was
of
about
my favorite ones were when he said something like it was going to cost $100 million, but he was like, yeah,
They
but
only
it was
approved
only
30.
like $30 million. We only had like $30 million, and he looked at the camera, and was like, only $30
Yeah,
million.
yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
keep it. I'm gonna let y'all know this is still out of control.
He
Yeah,
called
yeah.
it only $30 million.
Then he was like, so they only give you 30. Okay. He
Yeah.
was
When
like,
he
yeah,
was
it-
talking about the fashion houses.
Yeah, fashion
about
houses and
how
stuff,
he
yeah.
was saying
Yeah.
that he needs at least $100 million
Right.
to create a brand new brand.
Right.
But he only had,
Kanye
like,
West needs
only
$100 million.
30
Nigga, give me $1 million.
Yeah.
What?
But
This
see,
shit
but
is
that's why he looked at the camera and said that Kanye said only $30 million because you put only a rich person would
Talks
put
like that.
only
In front
before
of-
$30
yeah.
million.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it's
true.
just- as a matter of fact, Trump made the same thing. He said his father gave him like a small loan of $60 million or something.
Yeah, which is insane.
And it was like,
You can't get that
a
from a
small loan.
bank. Yeah.
Like that's
That's
what it
crazy.
is for rich people. You know, like that. What is
The-
a lot to
the
us
1%
is only
Yeah,
chump
that-
change for
that
them.
tier of rich
'Cause-
people.
Would Kanye be considered? Wait, what's the
I don't
1%?
think he's up there, no.
1% is like multi-billion, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's up
Okay,
there.
Oh,
never
no.
mind. He's not up there. He's,
Yeah.
he's nowhere near.
But he's
there.
just rich. He's not wealthy.
But
like
yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Rock would say, there's wealthy and then there's rich.
Yeah, yeah,
he's
yeah.
rich.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
facts.
he's still definitely rich.
You know,
I
like
don't
the
even
white
know
man
what
that
his
signs
net
his
worth
check is
is.
wealthy.
Exactly.
I have no idea.
What's Kanye's net worth? I don't even know. Should probably
Oh,
look that up.
I don't even know.
Oh, I don't know.
Look it up.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's figure it out.
Yeah.
But then if we fast forward into the week, that dropped Tuesday. I think the Charlamagne interview dropped Tuesday.
Yeah, it was
And
Tuesday.
then it was Wednesday or Thursday.
That the
The TMZ situation.
I thought it was the
happened.
same day.
Same day.
Monday. Yeah, it was the
Same
same
day.
day.
It was the same
Because
day.
Yeah.
as soon
it
as
was
I
the same
finished
day. It was
watching
Tuesday.
it, it was already
Yeah.
a related
I thought it was like
video.
a day or two later.
It was no, it was the same day because when I posted on my Instagram, I then posted something on my Facebook, and people came for me. People came at my neck and was like,
they
"Have
had
you
already
seen-"
been
They were
caught
like, "Have
up.
you seen this TMZ one?" I was like, "I think I lost a couple friends." You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it's to that point. It
Yeah,
is
oh,
to
no,
that
it is
point.
to
This
that
whole
point.
thing. Somebody just the other day on Facebook said, "If you support this clown, go ahead and delete me." I was like, "This shit is getting
Damn.
serious."
I see Snoop Dogg on a relentless attack.
Oh yeah,
right
he's
now.
going
Yeah.
on him right
Oh,
now.
he was
Playing.
already
he's not
insulting
playing.
him since Sacramento ran. Like he was already.
Oh,
calling him.
really?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, because I remember like he was watching it at the same time. He was
Ah,
just
I
like-
remember that. I
he was like,
remember
"This nigga,"
that.
He had a shower cap on. He was
I
like,
remember
"This
that.
Nigga
yeah.
crazy.
He was like, "What the fuck wrong with this nigga?"
and I was
remember
defending
that.
Kanye
Yeah.
at that time.
160 million.
Oh, dang, yeah, that's chump change
Yeah,
for these billionaires.
Yeah,
yeah,
He
Mind
ain't
you,
on-
that's
he
just
ain't
his
on Jay.
assets. That's the net worth.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
his
it's
net
mostly-
worth on any level. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's nothing like Jay-Z and
But,
niggas, but yeah.
So the TMZ joint happened. Did y'all watch the full
Oh my
TMZ?
god.
I did not
Well,
only watch
at first
pieces of it.
they only had
Yeah,
the
like clips
pieces
that they were pulling
Yeah.
out.
because that's all they had first. But then,
Yeah.
like later on in the evening, they released the long ass
Right.
uncut version, and then I watched. I was like, oh, thank God, because it was. I didn't like the way it was cut because I
Yeah,
mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
could
what a
have.
lot of
Yeah.
people were saying that it
Yeah.
was spun in a particular way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah. So
exactly.
the whole thing, it was like, I was just like, I can't believe. I was like, no, what
It's
is
crazy.
going on?
It's crazy because I really, really want to defend him, but like he really just got to come out and say he fucked up on that like
Yeah.
statement.
Well, he
I
did.
mean, I
He
don't- He
apologized
kinda
while he
did.
was
He
there.
kinda
He's not going to
but
do
he
that
did.
because
Yeah.
if you notice in the Charlamagne interview, he said a couple times where like he did something wrong, but he was like, "I'm standing on my ground though."
Yeah.
yeah.
So he's
yeah.
not the type to like make a mistake And if I feel like he's the type of person that make a mistake, the more people that are mad at you about that,
The more he'll stick on it. Yeah.
But he
the more he'll
apologized.
stick on
He
it.
apologized.
No, but on Twitter, he did kind of say he didn't necessarily say I'm sorry. I don't think did he? He apologized to Van.
Yeah, he apologized
But
to
he said
Van.
I'm sorry for hurting you. He didn't say
Well,
like
he was
I'm
saying
sorry
to he was saying like to you and to anybody
Anybody
I've
else.
hurt.
Yeah,
you know, like
No, and I respect that. That's something
Yeah.
we've talked about
That's dope.
before. I'm never
Yeah.
going to apologize for my actions, but I can apologize for how they've made you feel or how
Right,
you interpreted
right,
them.
right, right,
I
right.
feel that.
Yeah, and even Ti, he was saying like, it's almost like he's not intending to hurt anybody. You know,
Right.
like he really it's coming from like an honest place.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just when it comes out, it just doesn't
terrible.
come out the way.
But then the constant theme that I'm hearing too, or the constant theme that I'm getting from other people who are really upset at him, is why would you align with somebody who cares nothing about us in the way that he
Right.
does? Like, why would you align with Donald Trump? You know he doesn't give shit about us
Yeah.
or anything like that.
Yeah.
Especially you coming off
Saying
of being
that's
the one
hard
to
to
say
back
that.
up.
Yeah, and that's the
hard
thing
to-
that I can look. That's the thing that I keep looking at. It's like I understand about the whole you did something that was impossible, and that's what
Right.
I've always felt like I've done. But that is such a, even though that is a huge thing, that's such a minor thing compared to the other egregiouses. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right, right,
Like,
right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like, all right, like yes, that is a factor. If we only looked at Trump or anybody for that matter in that light.
Wait, yeah, then that would be
Of them overcoming something,
you could say that's an accomplishment.
We're
But-
everybody
Yeah.
supporter then, but
Yeah.
it's like that's a lot of
nothing.
people have overcoming stories, so
Yeah.
you have to look at
Right.
the next level. You know,
So
what I
he's
mean?
not looking at the whole like we
He
said
doesn't-
last
he-
week.
he's
like,
choosing
not
to
looking at the
just
whole
only
thing.
look at
he's
one
looking at
aspect.
the Donald Trump, and he did have a point though about Donald Trump saying how Donald Trump was sort of like a glorified figure in hip hop for years,
Yeah.
Oh
or
yeah,
for
that
decades.
was definitely a thing.
Well,
Yeah.
let me in, Bill Gates, Donald Trump. Let
Yeah.
me in,
Yeah.
see you.
Which I thought was a valid point.
Yeah.
It was.
So,
And then, like when everybody jumped off the train when he
Yeah.
became president, Kanye really was just the only one who just didn't jump off the train. He's just like, no, I'm still riding this shit.
But that's the thing. No, I feel like it's okay that hip hop was supporting. See, this is the Donald Trump wasn't talking back then either.
Right.
He didn't have
Yeah,
a TV
that's a
show.
fact.
He was just Donald Trump. All we knew him as
The rich
like,
Millionaire.
person
a very
Yeah.
rich white
Yep.
man
to aspire to. I want to
who
aspire
didn't
to.
shy away from hip hop.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like a lot of rich white people won't even take a picture with you. You know, like Michael Jordan won't even take pictures with hip hop artists. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, so it was like this white man, and he understood it off the marketing aspect of if black people like me, I'm definitely gonna be winning out here because he probably understood a long time ago we set culture. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, it was all strategic for him. He always felt like this. So it's like, even though hip hop supported him back then, that doesn't. We don't have to support you forever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
I felt like that was like a weak point that he was kind of standing on, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
it was.
but-
I think
That's a fact.
his point though about the opioids, I thought that was very,
About taking open medication.
Yeah, yeah, I
Oh,
think
he was
very
addicted to
insightful.
it and stuff like that.
very insightful because I mean that was a big point about the pharmaceutical companies trying to drug people up. You know, that was a valid thing that he was saying.
Yeah, he said
Yeah.
he's still on shit. He said he's like I'm not.
That
kind of
worries me a little bit. He said that he's come down to maybe one or two a
yeah.
day or something.
Yeah.
But still, I'm just like
Opioid?
opioids.
Oh,
What? Opioid?
I don't know what I said. Bro. I don't know what that word was.
It was an alien word.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he said like when he came out of the hospital, and that's what I was thinking because with the Charlamagne one, I was still trying to get to the question of like, okay, but why were your eyes acting so weird when you were standing next to Trump? Remember, I keep telling you about that shit. His eyes.
Oh
were
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
acting weird
yeah.
and shit.
That was like
But
a
the-
thing. Yeah.
And I just wanted to put all like the conspiracy theories aside. It's a clone. It's a this. It's a
Yeah.
that, and all that shit. You know, I was just like, no, I don't want to listen to that. I want to know what's
Yeah.
going on. But when he mentioned the opioids thing on the TMZ thing, and he said
Oh.
when he came out of the hospital, he was drugged the fuck out. That's what he said. And he said he took 7 or some shit.
Shit.
So maybe that's what I'm thinking. Maybe
He's
when
probably
he
high
was
off
standing
them
next to
joints.
Trump, maybe
Yeah.
he was just high as fuck. you
Yeah,
know?
that's true.
probably.
And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go
That
with
makes-
that.
yeah, that makes
I would
sense.
rather go with that.
And speaking of that, on that point when he was saying, talking about the being in the hospital and shit like that, when he's saying they were drugging him up and everything, he kept telling him like, don't leave my side, don't leave
Yeah.
my side, blah blah blah. He said he thought he was about to die because they took him in the room and nobody else that loved him can be in there with him. That is a fact. That's some shit that needs to change.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's scary.
That's some shit that needs to change.
That sounded terrifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds terrifying to know that you like you don't know what these, especially you in a power
Especially
like
at that high
Exactly,
position that
that's what
he's
I'm
in.
saying.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
and
getting
you-
paranoid, you know.
Yeah, and it's like-
you're right to get
You don't know
paranoid.
what they-
Exactly.
what they- you don't know
All
what these
those-
people think about you, how they feel about you, like especially with the moves he was making and shit.
Yeah,
The
and they
shit
said,
he
I
was
mean,
saying.
like the powerful musicians who have like made noise. Like they say Prince started tripping right before he died.
Right,
Like he said, he
Yeah,
got
he was
caught
saying
up.
like a lot of.
He was saying a lot of like kind of like off the wall. He might not have been tripping at all. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
But
right,
like
right.
to us, it looked like he's kind of bugging out. And then Michael Jackson, same situation where his doctor killed him off the piss. So that could have been an anything situation.
Yeah, who knows?
How that even happened. And then so Michael Jackson's at that level. I'm sorry, Kanye West is at that level where. There's something like that where you get separated into a room like that. Yeah, you probably fearing for your life. And
bro.
they got you strapped down and stuff. You're like, yo, these people will kill me and make it look like a real accident.
And like I said, I heard 2 stories on the same day. They said, or in 2 separate days. At first, when he went into the hospital, they said he was like strapped to the gurney. And
I saw
took
that.
there by force.
Whoa.
Then the next day, they said that he volunteered to go by himself. So that confused me. I was like, well, which is it? Because it can't be both. You can't be
that's
both
true.
forced to go
I do
there.
remember that. Yeah, I do
they
remember that
switched
actually.
it, you know?
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
they did switch that storyline real
So-
quick, but it was both of them were out there though.
Yeah. So it was, if that was me, I would have been like, if I just said like some real shit on stage and then all of a sudden I'm being taken
I'd be
to
tripping,
the hospital,
bro.
I would be like, no, I'm not taking
Tripping.
anything. Get the
Yeah,
fuck
that's a
out.
fact. Yeah.
Where's my wife? But yeah, so the TMZ, T.I., I think he is the closest that actually got through to him.
Kanye, yes.
Yeah,
I didn't
he
get
was
to
the
see
closest.
the T.I. versus the people.
Oh,
or
listen to it,
Kanye
yeah.
West versus the people.
What, the song?
It's the T.I. joint, the song.
The T.I. joint?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I haven't heard the song yet.
Well, they
heard
did
it.
an interview
It was
too,
dope.
though. I'm talking about the interview.
Oh,
That was-
when they
I
were
didn't-
talking
Oh,
in
they did
the
an interview
yeah.
too?
Oh, for real?
They did an interview
I didn't see
too.
that. I didn't
Yeah,
see that.
like they were in the same room.
Sitting
and,
in the room, yeah.
And like T.I.'s like, I mean, but what are you thinking? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's like asking
I thought
him real
that-
ass questions.
Yeah, I thought that was mostly. I thought that was a conversation they had. Oh no, he said that was a conversation they did have. But they put out the interview too.
Yeah.
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 Oh, I didn't know they put
Only
that out.
into like a 9-minute thing because it shows him
Oh.
Kanye actually come up with the idea. It's like, hey, you know what? Maybe you could go in the booth and like
do this?
counteract.
Oh, facts. I gotta watch that.
Yeah, counter what I'm saying and shit.
Yeah. Which,
And then it shows them putting it together. You know, he went into the booth, he says his line, and then he goes and write his line and shit. And that's
T.I.
big
was
for
like, he didn't
Kanye
even
to
think he
even
was
do.
gonna drop it.
Yeah, he didn't even know he was going to drop it the next day.
Yeah.
But I thought that was even big of Kanye to even do in the first place.
Yeah,
like to have somebody that has the opposite argument of what you're saying and just say, hey, hop on the track and counter what I'm saying.
Which kind of leads me to believe that a lot of this is just for starting conversation.
I don't
Yes.
know, man. I feel half of it is.
Like I feel like
Half
it's
of it
really
is.
how he feels,
Yeah.
but I
Yeah.
feel like he feels like
but also,
yeah, but also like
All
this
right,
is supposed to
perfect.
spark
So that's what
confidence.
I was just about to ask everybody. When does a marketing scheme need to end? Like,
Well,
I don't
think
know that it's
it's,
a
I don't think it's
marketing
negative
scheme.
marketing necessarily marketing scheme.
I think it's definitely got something to do, especially with this Trump
With his-
situation. I think that's definitely got something to do with it.
I don't think he would risk his career to do that.
I
this
damn
is
sure
a
think he would.
This is
Yeah.
a damn touchy. Yeah, but not with Trump, man. I don't think.
He's already rode this pretty far, man. He's rode this further
Well,
than we
But
all
I
here's-
told
expected.
you the theory that someone had on Twitter.
Here's why I
They
don't.
said they
okay,
think
sorry.
it's a really large performance art piece.
Really?
Yeah, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with. I wish I had more of a voice. I'm so sorry. Andy Kaufman and Jim Carrey. Man
Oh,
Room,
yeah.
right?
Oh, on Netflix?
Yeah,
I
so
wanted
Andy
to watch
Kaufman was a performance artist,
Mm-hmm.
so he would engage so deeply in his performance that even in his real life, he wouldn't break character.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they think that that's where Kanye's drawing from
Mm.
because he tweeted out a mood board which had like some Yeezy stuff on it and then a yellow legal pad with a very like abstract drawing, and it said Andy over it, and people thought it was Andy Kaufman. And they said you can also go back and look at tweets with him and his good friend. I think his name is Lester. I can't think of it right now. But it's basically them. They're tweeting out different things, but they use the spade emoji a lot, which obviously the spade was used as a racial slur back in the
Yeah.
day. So they're thinking that Kanye is drawing inspiration from that, i.e., like the "Make America Great Again" hat, what it
Yeah.
stands for, and
Yeah.
trying to twist into something that is
Positive.
representative of black culture.
Right.
But they feel like he's in the middle of a huge performance art piece similar to the Andy Kaufman thing with what he's doing right now with Donald Trump. And I'm like, you know what?
It's possible.
That makes sense.
It's
See,
possible.
that's the thing. There's a
but,
lot
you
of
know.
these concepts
right?
a lot of these concepts of what he's really doing, all these things are kind of feasible. Like, all of these things are like, you can kind of believe it. But a reason I don't necessarily think it's fully a marketing scheme is because he kind of stood for Donald Trump before any of this even happened.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's
Before
why
the Sacramento thing.
Before any of
he said,
before all
I would
that,
vote for Trump if I
already-
voted.
Exactly. So I was like, that's why I don't think the whole Trump thing necessarily is a marketing scheme. And then after listening to the interview with Charlamagne and all that, I think the TMZ thing was just him just going off without thinking.
And Anthony Fantano.
And I'm not trying to like save him from that.
Well, I got something to say to that.
Go ahead.
Real quick. So, and even if I'm not looking at it as like a full marketing scheme, but I'm looking at it as of just how people in the world feel about what's going on.
Right.
So, like, say he's in the middle of like this think piece, and like he really does feel like this, but he sees also what this is doing to like everybody. You know what I mean? Like, and I guess I'm trying to figure out how I want to put this, but long story short, it's like, yes, this is something that I want to invoke at the same time. I'm clearly not doing it the right way. I've been told multiple times I'm not doing it the right way. When should I stop and maybe delegate these activities to somebody else? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, doing it away. So I feel like at this point, you've been told multiple times you're not the best, or not the best person to articulate what you're trying to get across.
Right.
Which we know the best way you can articulate is through your music. So maybe.
Yeah.
At that point, I feel like he's been told that so many times. At that point, it's marketing if it continues, in my opinion. If you keep making people do, like, you just keep doing shit
but
to
he
like.
probably just doesn't care.
I don't think he cares either. Well, that's another thing, and
He doesn't think.
and I think it also could be because if I'm speaking for myself now, if I was in his same position and I kept going, it's because I think I'm gonna get bigger numbers when I drop this
When
album.
they dropped the album, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like at that point, like I know personally, even if I was in the same position as him, doing exactly what he was doing, and I saw what it was doing, like the closest people around me, and I continue to do it, I would be like, fuck all their feelings. I'm gonna be selfish, and I'm about to boost these album sales.
I think it will boost album sales actually, and
Yeah, me too.
Some people are.
Yeah,
saying
do y'all
that.
think that'll be affected? That's something I actually.
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
I
I have
so.
no clue.
Some people are acting like it won't be.
I have
and
no
I've
certainty
heard
at all.
people say they're going to boycott the
Yeah,
album.
but I'm
and
not.
I'm
Look,
not either.
celebrity.
Wayne almost looked at me like Wayne almost got mad at me. He was like, "You still gonna buy this nigga's album?" I was like, "I'm gonna listen to it." And he was
Yeah.
like, "What?" I was like, "He was like, no, I'm done with that nigga." I was like, "I'm gonna listen to it."
Yeah.
So the thing is, I just don't want to. The reason I don't want to write him all the way off, even though I thoroughly disagree with the shit he's done recently, is just I can't not listen to what he has to say when he's influenced me so much in the past before and said things
It's
to
true.
sway my opinion in certain ways
get
that, like,
that.
you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm still gonna.
I'm the same
listen.
way.
I'm still gonna listen to hear what you have to say. I may not agree, but I'm still gonna like listen to what
Yeah.
you have to say and see where this is going because I still
Yeah.
think we're in a moment and I still think it hasn't fully played out.
Yeah.
Me too.
But see, I think real quick, I just think like
I'll be bad though. Dylan's here.
Okay, cool.
the nail in the coffin, so to speak, was sort of the slavery comment. I think
Yeah.
everything would have been great if it wasn't for that slavery comment. Because when you upset
And it's
black
still going.
black people are hard, like it'll take us a while to forgive you.
yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Oh no, hell
Especially if you hit us where it hurts. I mean, this is like, that comment, not him, but that comment is
Not
sort of like
necessarily either. I don't
huh?
know if I would agree with that.
wait, what?
About what part?
The slavery comment, like people writing him off there.
Are you serious?
Well,
That's where it
because-
happened,
Well, because,
yeah.
well, no, I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter.
Yes.
Black Twitter is a thing.
Yeah.
So, there's been a really good conversation on Twitter about everything, but there is this, it's like a political cartoon of, this guy, he's got a whip. He's whipping at the group of slaves or the group of workers. And as you go through the strip, one person starts to stand up, and then 3 people start to stand up, and then eventually everyone stands up, and the guy with the whip is, down on his knees. And basically someone was like, this is probably what Kanye West was trying to articulate, since he doesn't always articulate himself appropriately. He just went about it the completely wrong way.
No, that's
I know.
Yeah,
but
I get
some
that.
people
Yeah.
are not thinking about it articulately like how
Yeah.
you did or that
Yeah.
post did. A lot of people are taking that comment at face value
That's
Exactly,
true too.
yeah.
from
That's true
as a
too.
uncle, not uncle.
And I've
but,
seen that
Tom.
before too.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
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 As an Uncle Tom comment and just writing it off. A lot of people are just dismissive. Oh, that was just ignorant. Just
Yeah.
write him off.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying, like, if everybody could get, because that's what I actually agree with. I think that's what he meant. I think he was thinking about that whole speech that Leonardo DiCaprio gave in Django Unchained when he took out
Around
his
the dinner
grandfather,
table?
his
Yeah.
father's slaves skull.
Yeah.
You know, and slave and on the table saying like we had the same, you know, makeup and all that shit. And he used to shave my father's neck every morning with a straight razor. And why didn't he just kill my father?
Yeah.
You know, like why didn't he could have just slit his throat, escape, and all that shit? Why didn't he do that? You know, he decided to stay or some shit. You know, I think that's why he was saying like maybe some people, you know, some slaves decided to stay or whatever. But like Charlamagne said, there were tons of slaves that were fighting against slavery and escaping. And you know, Harriet Tubman with the fucking Underground Railroad. Slaves used to jump off the boats and shit.
Yeah.
Not just Nat Turner, but there were other slave rebellions that were happening.
Oh, absolutely.
He just was like a massacre, basically. So Kanye was wrong in that regard, making it seem like all slaves were just made a choice to stay or some shit for 400 years. No,
Yeah.
some people were trying to get out of that shit.
The
But-
entire time.
Yeah. But like I said, Kanye, he's not a thinker. So he didn't, before he made that comment, he didn't think of a counter argument in his own head. So he just kind of just let it flow or whatever. But like I said, if that's the way he is, I don't think we should. I agree with Leon. I don't think we should just write him off. If anything, I think this is the time we need to embrace him more.
Absolutely.
Because the way I see it, he was totally honest. That's why it's hard for me to think that it's just like a scheme. Because when you watch
Right.
the interview, he really seems sincere about
Yeah,
what
he
he's
does.
saying, and he knows enough that he's like more emotion than thinking. And you know that yoga thing I've been telling you about, where
Yeah.
the Hindu yoga, where they say like you have your emotional side and then you have your mental side, and in order for you to function, both need to be equal.
Yeah.
Well, he has an imbalance. You know, he's all emotion and no thinking. So, and some people are all thinking and no emotion.
Yeah.
You know, so either way, it's an imbalance. He just has an imbalance, and right now, even when what's his name, Van?
Van Lathan.
Yeah, Van. When he was going at him, Anthony Fantana. That's what I was getting at.
Yes,
he
yeah, well.
paused it on his face while Van was talking.
Yeah.
And he looked like a child. He looked like a
Yeah.
child being scolded out. You saw it on his face. It's the same face DJ academics have when Joe Budden used to tell him shit, where it's just like
Oh, yeah.
a
I know.
5-year-old. Like,
That's true. He did have that face where it was
yeah.
like,
When I was looking at him and he paused it, I was like, to be quite honest, I don't even know if this is a grown man. You know, like
Yeah.
I feel, you know, like he always compares himself to Michael Jackson. I think he actually is Michael Jackson, but the difference is Michael Jackson was a grown obedient child. He's a grown disobedient child.
oh.
You know,
I can see that.
he's
I
that
didn't think
child
about it
that
like
you know
that.
your friend brings their child over
Yeah.
to their house and he's like
Wilding
running around
out,
and
yeah.
making a mess and coloring on the walls and you're just like, dude, where the fuck is your parent?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
guess
yeah.
what? His parent's not here. So now you have this child just running around. What the fuck do we do?
That's true.
But you know who's supposed to do something? Kim, where the fuck you at?
That's a fact. Your wife is
No,
supposed to.
I think she does what she can, but he's
Yeah, there's only so
hard-headed.
much.
Well, some,
Yeah.
He's hard-headed.
well, that could be true.
Yeah.
But then the other cases, does it seem like that on the show?
Yeah.
Oh,
Does he-
okay.
does he make that many
Does
appearances?
he make that
No.
appearance?
Oh, but
look, because
when
I
he
was saying,
does,
like,
though.
do you see that dynamic between
Yeah,
them? Or
no,
anything?
they like. Well, even then, like going back to the tweets, that's when he was like, you know, the only reason I'm even tweeting this right now is because my wife told me that I should. I do not 100% agree with all of the things that Donald Trump says. Like, no, so she's
Okay,
there, but I don't
okay.
know how
She
much
has
of a
been
handle
playing
she
up.
has. Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, because Charlamagne, he was like talking to someone else, saying like, man, if he had a black wife, that's like, would she had let him do this? He was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
nah, I don't think Kim has. Or do you think Kim will like, you know, take him and smack him in the gut? He was like, if I came out here saying some crazy shit, my wife would smack me in the back of my fucking head. He was like, do you think Kim would do that for Kanye? He was like, I don't think she has enough melanin to do that. Yeah, it's like he needs that black woman to smack him across the head, dude.
Yeah, to be like, get your
Maybe
shit
that could have been
together.
his mom, you know?
That probably 100. I mean, we've seen this change. This has literally been happening since his mother passed. You know, like unfortunately, like we've seen this. Like, I mean, the breakthrough for Kanye's words, but for what we've seen, maybe like a public spiral or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of gotten crazy.
I think
on the Kanye West side ever since his mom left.
Because with that ignorant comment, that just lets you know that this is a person that he says important things every once in a while, but then there's certain things where, that was just an ignorant comment. Like, I was just like, oh, okay, he's not, well, he's a musical genius.
Yeah.
But overall genius.
No.
Yeah.
No, I think he's just an ignorant guy.
Yeah.
He's a regular ignorant guy.
Yeah.
That was just an ignorant comment. He didn't mean any ill will or nothing behind it. That was just an ignorant comment. Mm-hmm. And somebody just what's his name did it already, Van. But yeah, and you just need somebody like that just to put him in his place, and then you kind of just move on. But the thing is, with Kanye, he's not a regular person. Everything he says does matter.
Yeah.
Somebody could look at that slavery comment and be like, you know what, he's right.
Yeah.
It was, and you know what, some people are using that already on the right, as what he's saying is like, yes.
So now, real quick, I saw something where they were saying that they think he's trying to get that Middle America vote. Kind of like
and
that,
then he's running for president. I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, that Middle America where you have to pander to the Middle America, and if that's the case, his album sales will not go down at all because there's enough of people in the Middle America that got Trump in office. So if that's the case, say black people really did boycott, the Middle America will take their place.
Yeah,
when it comes to sales and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So I don't think. I'm just ready for the album, man. Like, I can't write him off either just because I love him so much. So I can't write him off either. Like, I really try to stay out of, like, everything he does outside of music. But at this point, but it's just been so heavy this week.
Impossible now.
It's literally
intertwined.
Yeah, this week. I said that last week, but this week it's literally been so impossible. There's no way we can't.
It's a song now.
Yeah, where we can't look at it and be like, but.
Yeah, and who knows what the rest of what the theme of the album is even going to be. But going back to T.I. T.I.'s not writing him off either because, some people were saying, like, oh, you're going to write him off? I mean, Eve has written him off. Eve came out saying, like, it was like audio of her saying something like to a group of people. It's like, look, I think we should, stop. Kids, children, black kids, if you're listening out there, get off of Kanye, listen to Kendrick, listen to Cole, listen to...
I did see that, I think.
I forgot who else she said, but she was just like, don't forget Kanye or some shit like that,
Eve was the shit.
Eve, Chris
Eve was
Brown,
popping
I already
back
said,
then.
Chris Brown came out
Snoop
saying stop,
Dogg
following this fool. Yeah, so a bunch, and other celebrities haven't mentioned. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's going to be very, very interesting to see not only what his album does, but just, like, what his career is going to be like in the next 5-10 years.
That's true. Shit, in the next 2 years, man, it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
But, we'll leave Kanye alone, man. We'll touch on this real quick. The Childish Gambino did just drop an album. No, sorry, not an album. A video today.
Oh, yeah.
That was insane. I understand the song all the way, but the visuals were so intriguing.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to the words fully to understand why he just kept clapping people. Like, I was like, what the hell is going on?
Well, I
Like,
mean, it's the title.
This is America. Yeah, like, I just wanted to hear all the lyrics to exactly, I wanted to, I don't know.
There wasn't that many there.
It wasn't too many there, I know I was missing stuff. I was just so into the visuals.
Yeah.
The visuals were so insane.
I think the visuals were saying more.
They were meant to
than the
make you
lyrics.
uncomfortable.
Yeah. But I saw that shit this morning too. I was like, damn.
Yeah,
I did not
The
expect
part
this
that
shit
really
to fucking
stopped me in
drop.
my tracks was when he shot the choir.
Yeah.
When he shot the choir, I said, "Holy shit, this is America!"
Yeah.
Like, goddamn.
Because it's
yo.
look at the imagery. It was black people celebrating
as
and,
together.
and doing something together, and they're all happy, and then gun comes.
Sprayed him. Yeah.
You know, I'm not. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it could be many things that you're saying. Like, I don't know if it has anything to do with the fact that he's black and he shot them, or it could just be the guns in general.
See, that's what I'm
maybe
thinking.
A gun conversation thing.
That's what I thought. I thought about the guns in general, or just black on black crime. But then I feel like there was something to do with like the race.
Maybe it's
of it.
bigger. Yeah.
Because I thought he didn't show any white person killing a black person. It was only him, a black person killing other black people. So I feel like I missed that message. Whatever that message was, like,
or it could just be just black people getting shot in general.
That's what I'm thinking. I want to see where the difference is. I feel like that's one of those I'm about to take it back. Take it to AZ lyrics on that one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Genius.
Genius,
yeah. I never go to Rap Genius. I'm still using AZ lyrics.
No, I like Genius because
AZ
Because they
lyrics
give you the
sometimes.
descriptions, but I still don't use it for some reason. If they have an app, I will start using it though.
They might.
Yeah.
They better have an app. They've been out for a while.
Yeah.
But,
Did you see SZA at the end of the video?
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
She was sitting in the car. I was like,
Just
I was
so
a rewind there. I was like, what the fuck are you doing there?
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, and his performance. I just watched the SNL episode where he hosted this past Saturday.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
yesterday.
Damn, I missed that.
Yeah,
So
because
he was setting it up to drop this today.
Yeah.
with the
I
video,
didn't even know he did that.
it dropped the same day he was performing.
Got you.
Oh, and performing and hosting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he was the host and performer.
Oh, shit.
They
Yeah,
all-
yeah,
they
and he
said
did a good
was on
job.
a Hannah Montana thing.
Huh?
They said that he was on Hannah Montana since Donald Glover was hosting and Childish
Oh,
Gambino
yeah.
was performing.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. So he split it up like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Childish Gambino is performing tonight, so stay tuned. It's like, man, you're the same fucking person.
Damn.
Yeah, and he did a good job. Did a good job
I'm sure
hosting.
he's so personable. He can do any character,
Yeah.
honestly.
And that's what his opening was about, like the fact that I can do anything.
Yeah.
Like call him a triple threat.
Super talented.
But
Yeah,
let's jump into this ride out real quick.
Yeah.
yeah. You say no?
Yeah.
Oh.
My voice is just
Yeah,
gone.
let's jump into this ride out real quick. I had a ride out. Can't remember what it is now, so I'm
Okay.
going to pass it to y'all first.
Oh, really?
While I open my iTunes.
Okay.
And figure it out.
Yeah.
Got me weak.
Yeah, because I damn sure it just drew a blank completely, so go ahead.
Okay. Mine is gonna be "He Is" by Brandy. So a little R&B this week.
First album?
No, it was her 2002 album called Full Moon, I believe.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Full Moon.
Yeah, it was like her. That was the only big last mainstream album I remember.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
accurate.
like when she was like played on MTV a lot and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going with "He Is." The first time I heard that song was in 2002 when my aunt was playing it. We were coming back from the beach, I believe, and that song stuck out to me because I think it is one of the most beautiful
Okay.
songs I've ever heard.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what's the
That-
message in the music?
the message in the song is basically just her just talking about how much she loves her man
Okay.
and, sort of worships him. He is my king, my friend, and everything. And the reason why I picked that song is because I was listening to the radio over the past few days and just noticing that female musicians today, at least 90%, 80-90% of what they talk about in their songs, they're basically just shitting on men.
I mean, but the whole rap industry shits on women.
No, that's
so
true. That's true. But what I'm saying, two negatives don't make a
That's
positive.
also true. That's also true.
Yeah. But still, it's just like, I'm like, God damn, every song is just like you're not gonna do that to me anymore.
Isn't it so messed? And isn't it messed up when like
In
a
pop
R&B
and
singer breaks up
R&B.
with somebody in a public relationship? They be like, "Whoa, we ready for this album?" Like,
True.
Oh, really?
people love when R&B singers are hurt because they're
Yeah.
like, "We about to get some fire
just
music."
a lot of the artists. It's just like, of course, SZA, but Demi Lovato and Meghan Trainor,
Beyonce.
even pop.
Shout out to Demi
Beyonce.
Lovato. Every time she's on TV, I forget how
Dennis.
bad she
Yeah,
is.
she is
bruh.
sexy, actually.
Like
Yeah,
every
yeah.
time she's on TV, I'd be like, "Who is that?" They'd be like, "Demi." I'm like,
Yeah, because she
damn.
always kind of looks different every time
She
I see
does,
her. Like
yeah,
short
it'd be
hair,
like-
long hair.
It just blows my
She's
mind. every
racially
time
ambiguous and shit.
Yeah, it blows my mind every time I see her. I'm like,
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah, so then on my MP3 player, I was that song "He Is" came on, and I just think it is just wonderful.
I want to listen to that
Like-
because I was listening to some Brandy last week.
Yeah, and it was just so rare for me to kind of just hear a song about a woman just speaking just positively
Not
about a
since
man.
Cater to you.
Huh?
Not since Cater to you.
Cater to you?
Cater to
Cater to
you.
you, by
Cater
R.
to
Kelly.
you.
I mean, Kelly Rowland.
Or Destiny's Child.
Oh,
Cater
that
to
was
you.
their
yeah,
whole
Cater
song.
to you.
that's
Yeah,
right.
that was Destiny.
Forgot about that.
R. Kelly.
They was putting a nigga's do-rag on the video.
Okay.
What? That was
Yeah.
some deep shit.
Yeah, Cater to You. Yeah, that was a great song. too.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, and I wish that song, "He Is," was a single. It never was a single. It was just
deep
it's just a
cut.
song on her album.
Yeah.
I was just like, this should have been a single. It is great. The piano in it. When you hear the piano, the way it is and the way she sings, it's just one of those songs that I just think is just perfect. A perfect ballad.
Okay.
Yeah, it is. It's perfect. So if you'd like to hear it, here you go.
Drop it for me one time, son.
Yeah.
Okay, side note, before we go to your song,
Yeah.
y'all last week doing that shit
Oh, you
when
heard
I was
it?
gone.
You heard
oh,
it?
man, it had me
I asked her,
crying.
I was like, how'd
She
you
was
feel about it? How'd you
she
feel?
yeah, you were like,
you feel? How'd that
that was
make you
my
feel?
first one, guys.
Yeah.
And then when she did it, you were like, how'd you feel? She's like, I hated
hate
it.
it. Yeah, I love that shit. I hated it. I didn't expect
Oh,
that.
man, that joint had me crying laughing.
Like, it
Oh,
hurt.
like,
It hurt her.
It hurt her. Like, she's like, I'm literally only doing this because he is not here right now.
Yeah, did it just for the paycheck that she doesn't even have.
Facts.
Yeah.
Absolute
But
facts.
yeah. But go ahead, y'all. Go to yours.
Okay, I'm just so disgusted at how trash my voice sounds.
Hey,
But hey, you're making it.
But-
yeah,
We was out last night. Shout out to Rasta B.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
explain.
Yeah.
But I did not do anything wild, so
Yeah,
my
it's not
voice
even
has
like
just
you was really like
decided to
yelling and
escape
turning
me.
up.
I don't know.
It was one or two Big Sean songs that you got lit for. That's what it was.
Maybe.
It might have been because that was the only time you really got hyped.
I did.
And it was
I
like
can't help it.
they played them kind of frequent. They
They played like the whole song that never
yeah,
happens.
yeah. So they play like 2 or 3 of them too.
did.
So
You know, I knew all the words.
Yeah.
and they played the first 2 Chainz songs that had me like that.
Oh, you know,
I'm
I like
rolling
Chainz.
drunk and I'm high like a whatever.
Whatever.
I'll play it for y'all right here.
Like, forget it.
Okay, so my ride out this week, I was listening to the car on the way here, is The Light by Common.
Oh,
Which was
Yeah.
on my playlist last week.
my
Yeah.
99 connection collection.
I don't know. There are just a couple lines in the song that resonate with me as a person.
Yeah.
And I'm sure other women too. My favorite line personally, 2 of them. One is some niggas recognize light, but they can't handle the glare.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
think that's 100% applicable. Men have a tendency to I mean, people in general have a tendency to mistreat people who are good to them. And hindsight's 2020. Then they fuck up. They want to get it better. Blah blah blah. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then also too, it doesn't take a whole day to recognize sunshine.
Oh, yeah. I like that line, too.
Yeah.
So yeah, just think about that. If you have good people in your life,
I don't even call you
Male
my
or
bitch
female.
or even my boo.
right? There's so much more in the name and so much more in you.
Yeah. And talk about, like, the rarity of, like...
He makes
yeah,
like good black love songs.
Absolutely.
Yeah, hip-hop
He's
love
like
songs. Yeah, the rarity
hip-hop-
of hip-hop love songs in
but
general.
Black, yeah. He's good at that shit.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
he had the one. What was the one he
Oh, the
had with
other one.
the
Yeah.
one? You know what I'm talking about? It was the feature. Was it?
Do you remember the video?
Come close.
I remember.
Come
close.
That's what that
But
one.
remember
was
the video, though.
Power.
The video, oh my...
Oh my God, it was fire! It was so
I just
fire,
freaked out,
bruh.
yeah.
Damn, that shit was
I'm
fire,
like, oh
bruh.
my God, they don't make video. Oh my
Holy
God.
shit! I forgot how hard that was, bruh. He was
Yeah.
just outside of her window, dropping
The whole
signs,
time?
dropping bars, son.
And you're wondering why
gonna go
he's doing
watch
the
that.
flipping thing.
Yeah,
He's
until
doing
the-
flipping it, and then you find out, and she
Signs
does the
back
sign.
to him, yeah.
I think the way the music just come close, like no, like when Mary J's like. No,
Mary J.
you
Blige,
think
that's
you
the female
are
voice I was
my
hearing.
mind.
Yeah,
the
that's the-
hugging, the
I forgot
camera's
whose voice
rotating
it was.
around it. I'm like, God damn, they should make that whole thing into a movie.
They damn sure should. Yeah, that would be interesting.
Brown Sugar, that was the whole Black Love movement. Brown Sugar and shit.
Yeah.
I'm really upset because
Love and basketball.
like I was singing this song all the way to work today, and
Okay.
it was either by I cannot remember, and it's like really making me mad because
Huh.
I was singing it all morning. Listen,
Oh, wait.
hold on.
Oh,
I can't
oh,
help
I
you
know
figure
that
out what
one.
it is.
Just one ooh, and it's
Yeah, I can't help you.
I got
You
it.
gotta commit to it.
Damn, I can't commit because I feel like when you
Why?
commit, you be sounding crazy.
That's fine.
You
Just
know what
own
I'm
it.
So if you're in your car by yourself, you'll be.
I can commit to my car, but
own it.
when I don't even know what melody exactly I'm trying to hit, is even harder.
B flat. Go ahead.
So maybe
No
I should
way.
just switch it all the way up.
No, don't do that.
Damn.
Wait, is it a song like a R&B or some shit? What genre?
Go in your recently played.
No. I forgot I had my iPad. I could have looked it up over here.
The whole time. The whole time.
So unprofessional. He's not prepared.
I had it in my head and then I fucking forgot.
Then
I'm
you-
sorry, y'all.
And then I lost it in my head.
Yo, it's 2 seconds. It's 2% left on my iPad. What if,
Let's
it,
hope it
Oh,
makes.
what,
shit.
if, what if it dies before we
Yep.
get there?
Turn your brightness
You're like
down.
you just find it. It's like, oh, here it is. Ah, shit.
Yeah. All right. I know this. The playlist that it's on. It's my old school. It's my good food playlist.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
And it's like oldies and shit on there.
Oh,
And
damn, my back.
is this it?
You go get a massage.
I should.
There it is. No
Ooh.
Ordinary Love by Sade.
Oh,
that was a drag.
damn.
Yeah, that's my ride out.
I keep trying.
Yeah. That's why I couldn't figure.
Yeah. This is no.
I love that your
Ordinary.
melodic sing thing is always through your teeth.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
613? Oh, shit.
I love it.
He's a teether.
Yo, we completely forgot.
What?
For her song, The Light. You like
I'm
to
totally
hit.
okay with that.
Nope. You like to hit, hit, go. And now that we're back, we have already established what my song was,
Yeah.
which was Sade,
No ordinary love.
No
Yeah.
Ordinary Love.
You can remember.
And if you like
I'm so done.
to hear it, here you go.
She's gaping.
Oh, shit. That was a fire one right there.
Yeah.
That was that. Look at her face. She's like,
She's
she can't-
mortified.
She can't believe it's really going that deep now.
And we almost harmonized.
How long we been doing this? 3 weeks?
long.
3 weeks?
What?
This like to hear.
Oh, maybe
3 weeks,
maybe,
almost a month.
just about. Yeah.
It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. But yeah, I was playing that on the way to work today.
Yeah.
And that shit, it was just stuck in my head half the day.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's a great
before we jump into we're about to jump into movies. We're kind of running short on time, but
Okay.
we're gonna jump into
we can do this
movies. But real quick, I just want to say I was watching a movie today. Did not realize how fucking fire it was and how long I've been missing out on it. War of the Planet of the Apes.
The
That's
War
the
of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, the third one.
Ooh,
Yeah,
the third one.
the third one,
Holy
last one.
shit.
Yeah. Emotional,
Holy
right?
shit! I'm like,
Emotional, yeah.
yo,
It
deep.
made you
son.
feel some things,
I'm
clearly.
not even done yet. I still got like 30 minutes of action.
Oh shit.
Bro, that's what I'm
damn,
saying,
okay.
bro. Yeah, so don't spoil nothing.
Okay.
Because I still got about 30 minutes.
Well, this is
20
what happens at the end, but
But holy
Ridiculous.
shit, dog. The
Yeah.
movie is that literally is making me want to go from one and just watch all of them again.
wait, is this
Do
your first?
it.
Oh, you
This is
saw
my
the other
first.
ones
I've
already?
seen the first two, but I
Okay.
haven't seen the third one.
My favorite is
God
the
damn,
second one.
the third
yeah,
one
but-
is crazy, dog.
Yeah. The third
we'll
one is
go
good
into
Which
too.
one is that? Rise?
No.
Dawn.
Rise is the first one.
Dawn is the
Dawn
second
is the
one.
second one.
Oh.
Yeah,
And
Dawn
War-
is my favorite.
And War is the third one.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll
Yeah.
jump
So,
into-
not movie news necessarily, but in movie topics.
yeah.
Basically, we're gonna have a Avengers Infinity War spoiler talk because for the past 2 weeks the three of us haven't been able to talk
Because
about
of
it.
you.
The first time it was me.
First time it was
I
you.
did not see it.
The second time was because we
The
had a
second time-
guest who hadn't seen it.
Rasta B. Yeah. He didn't see it, so then we had to be quiet.
Yeah.
So we're
So I'm
sorry.
like-
we're sorry we're late, people. We're sorry.
Yeah.
We have all seen it though.
And if you haven't
Yeah.
seen it by now, oh well.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, yeah.
This is all
spoiler
yeah,
talk, so
yeah,
we're
yo.
gonna go in.
Everybody
pretty much.
dies, literally all your favorite
Yeah,
people.
pretty
Let me
much.
just spoil everything right now
Not
for you.
everybody,
guys.
but everybody.
dies.
Yeah, yeah.
See, because we're gonna talk about that.
All right, so tell me what you thought of this movie.
I thought it was really good. I liked
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
I
Do you think
thought
it was the best Marvel movie you've ever seen?
No.
Me neither.
No. But it
was
lived
really
up
good,
to
though.
the.
It was good.
It was like 10 years span and all that shit. It was like I got what I felt I deserved.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, yeah.
I mean, we got action.
It could have been
out
shit.
the gate.
So let's
Action
go
was
through
crack.
it. Let's go
Yeah,
through it.
yeah, yeah.
So the movie starts, and he fucking kicks.
Hulk.
He kicks his ass.
Yeah.
That wasn't even a fight. That
Without
was
effort.
yeah. That
effort.
wasn't even a fight. That was an abuse situation. He was
Yeah.
whooping his ass.
I was like,
Killed the
holy
shit out of Loki.
From that moment, I was like, okay, they established that Thanos is nobody to fuck with.
Right.
In
Yeah,
the first
that's true.
2 minutes. Yeah. In the
I
first
was-
2 minutes.
Yeah, and you know what? And ever since that, I was the one thing about the movie that I was like really disappointed in the fact that he would not go Hulk.
Oh,
For the whole
for
movie
the
that it was
Yeah.
fighting
They
against.
teased us because remember, there's that whole shot when
When
they're
he's-
all running and
Oh, yeah.
and Hulk is there and
So you just assume he's
Wakanda.
gonna power up before they
Yeah.
get there. Yeah.
there were a lot of shots actually shot for the trailer alone
Right.
to throw you off and shit, throw the audience
Which is
off.
smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which was very smart. So then we're going in there with what we think is going to happen, and it's like, holy shit, there's whole scenes that didn't even happen. You know?
Yeah, and it
Um,
was like that was just so frustrating to me in the movie. That was like the
Yeah.
only bad thing I could say about the movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, they did that for a reason, obviously. But I
Right.
was just so frustrated, dog. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
every time he'd be like, "Come on," and then you see half it, I'm like, "What the
Yeah.
fuck is this, bro? What are we watching?" Like I would get so mad, yo.
Yeah. Then he killed not Thanos.
Loki.
Yeah, Loki. He killed Loki. So I guess
Yeah,
he's
Loki
gone.
was like a whole gangster in that
Yeah.
whole scene, though.
I
Loki.
I
he
am
was
glad.
like a whole gangster
Loki,
that
yeah.
whole scene. Yeah,
Loki
I like
Loki
that.
was.
yeah bars.
No, I really do like though that one of his last lines was, "We have a Hulk," and then Hulk just came in and then started kicking
Yeah.
Thanos' ass. But I like the fact that he said that because that's what Iron Man said to him in the
Yeah.
first Avengers.
Uh-huh.
We have
Oh,
a
I
Hulk.
forgot about.
So it was like a callback, you know?
Man,
So now he
he's-
gets to see. He got
He's
to
so
say.
good at Iron Man, yo.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Robert
Robert
man.
Downey Jr.
Yeah, man.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
when the next scene, pretty much, after they get to where the Doctor Strange is
Yeah.
at,
New York.
when they pull up and
Mm-hmm.
he talks to the dude, he's talking cash shit. Like
Yeah.
he was like,
I love the whole exchange between
That
Hulk
whole-
and
I love that.
yeah,
I
man.
love
Like
that.
I'm like his exchange and swag. He was like, come on, man, you're embarrassing me.
Yeah,
like
because they're
I
the
was
same
like,
type
yeah.
of person. They're the same type
Yeah,
of character.
absolutely.
They're both egotistical.
And
So it was
super
cool
geniuses,
to
yeah.
see two egotistical guys.
I know, and and you know what, they do that to characters because those are the two characters you want to be working together,
Yeah.
like because you know they'll make magic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and that was hard to watch them beefing the whole movie. Like it was
Yeah.
entertaining, but I was like, man, if y'all would just come together,
Right.
y'all could shut everything down real quick, you know?
Yeah, I think it was cool. I think everybody was paired off appropriately with all the people. Thor being with the Guardians.
Yeah.
That's
Because
true.
they're both the space people.
I would just like to say that Thor was the MVP of the movie for me.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah. He
I liked
was.
him a lot in this movie.
Yeah.
He, like,
Yeah.
my guy came through strong.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because
He took
how
that
long?
light and
He's
How
been
long?
Groot.
Yeah.
How long had he been gone? Because now I missed the second movie, and I realized at the morning.
Ultron.
I missed
Oh, yeah,
Ultron,
that's right.
and I realized that as I was walking into the theater. I said, too late now. You know what I'm
Did
saying?
you
Like,
see Thor Ragnarok?
Thor. No, I haven't seen that
Okay.
either.
So you don't even know why he had the eye
missed
So I
patch and
missed
everything.
both.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and so that's why I got to go back and watch those because, well, obviously when he got his new weapon back though, his
The
eye
axe.
was his axe. Yeah, his eye got fixed too. So
No. Rocket gave him an eye.
An eye that he stole. Yeah, from because he likes to steal
Yeah.
I
shit.
missed that part.
You
Yeah,
did?
Rocket gave him an eye. Maybe that's when you were sleeping.
I did.
Oh yeah, you did doze off.
Yeah, I dozed off, man. I'm sorry, y'all.
It's like you failed. Yeah, I failed the culture.
man. Yo, I wish y'all could have seen Lauren's face when he realized I dozed off.
Yeah.
He was so mad.
I
bro.
would have been
Really?
irritated too.
He was like this. He was like this.
Oh,
Like,
Disgusted.
yeah, like he was disgusted. Like he hit me and was like, "Are you sleeping, bro?" Like,
I could picture him.
yeah,
doing it.
like pure disgust. I was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, bro." Like,
You didn't even have a good excuse.
No.
Felt like
good
you needed
reason.
to tighten up.
first thing in the morning, 11 a.m. Shouldn't be sleeping at
Oh.
noon. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you saw it early.
You know what happened though? It was the Guardian of the Galaxy scene.
That's what it was?
I've never been a Guardian of the Galaxy.
Oh,
I
yeah, you
loved
mentioned
it.
that.
Never been a Guardian. So it was like their whole talking scene with the. I'm like, can we get on with this
I'm
shit?
just irritated because I feel like everything was Peter Quill's fault.
Oh, it definitely was. It
Who
was the
is-
whole. I mean,
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord. Oh yeah,
Parks-
Star-Lord.
And I think Parks and Recreation because I'm
Yeah.
not
Pretty
much,
because
yeah.
that was my joint. Yeah.
Yeah. It pretty much would have. If he just didn't, if he would have just
Oh my
held his
God.
emotions in for and let them take off the glove.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I don't know
you think movies are ever gonna just like stop doing that where they just let that one scene go by and you're
No.
like,
because it kind of had to happen.
has
You
to
know
happen.
why it had to happen
Yeah,
to move the
but
plot
it always
along.
hurts us because we be like, of course this shit would happen.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
We always expect that in a movie. We just
Yeah.
don't. It kind of shocks us every time it happens,
Yeah.
still, though, because you be like, "Oh, but we about to get up out of here.
'Cause
It's
they
45
almost
minutes
had it
in. Let's
The
go."
movie, like, it was good, but it did feel like 2.5 hours.
It did
Yeah.
feel really long, though.
They
Yeah,
had
it
a
did.
lot to cram in. Yeah.
They did, yeah.
So many
I
characters.
kind
to
of felt
balance.
incomplete at the end.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
But I think that's the point.
Yeah.
I think that's the point too,
'Cause the next
because
one will
because
fill
it's
in that
and,
gap.
and that's another thing. Like I realized with me, the talk that I don't like talking about movies before I see it, because a lot of the talk shapes how I feel after the movie.
Yeah.
I feel like because like it was all this talk about this is about to be the greatest movie in the world, blah 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 blah.
really?
You know what I mean? Like this is the movie we've been waiting on. And then at the end, I was like, God damn it, bro! Like what the fuck, bro?
Yeah.
Everybody's dead. What are we supposed?
I
to
was surprised when it cut to black, just on a smiling Thanos. I was
Yeah.
like, "Holy shit, that was like that was a unique thing to do. Just having the movie end with the bad guy just winning." You know, if
Yeah.
anything, this was Thanos' movie than anything else. This was
Yeah.
That's
he's the
very
only
true.
one that has an arc throughout the whole movie. He's the only one that's like
Oh,
your
that's
story
true.
that you're really following with him and Gamora and
Yeah,
all
it
that
really
shit.
wasn't the Avengers movie. It was,
It was
really
a
a Thanos.
If
movie.
anything, it should have just been called Thanos.
That is
Infinity
true.
War.
That is kind of true. Yeah,
Because it was less about the Avengers and more about just Thanos in their interaction
because
with
we
them.
got his entire storyline.
No. No.
What?
Well, because I've been doing my research.
Research.
My
Not research.
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 So, the reason he's actually trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet is to impress a woman.
Impress.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Gamora?
No. Mistress of Death.
Oh, in the comics.
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
That's what
but
I'm
you're
saying. Are
thinking,
they gonna-
okay,
We
in the
don't-
next
we
one.
Are they
that
going to bring
part.
that in second?
You're
round,
right.
is what You're saying
You're
Gotcha.
right. No.
Because he keeps saying that he has to do it. There's this purpose, but we don't get what that is in the movie.
Yeah,
true.
no, because only just recently, because I didn't know in the comics about the whole Lady Death thing. But only recently afterwards, I've been watching, and some people who were disappointed that Death wasn't in it.
Yeah.
They were saying like, where was she? She's supposed to be in it and all that stuff. But what you're bringing up, saying like she could be possibly be in the next one. I'm like,
Right.
oh, I didn't think about that. Okay.
Oh yeah, I didn't think
And
about
that
that either.
explained him being happy.
Yeah.
After
At the
doing
end, he
everything.
pretty much fulfilled, his destiny
Bro
Yeah.
killed his daughter. Jesus Christ.
to do it.
Ooh.
And you know,
Red
yeah,
Skull had me weak, Thomas. Yeah, they're not for you.
yeah, you know.
So that-
Tears.
Yeah.
They're not for him.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
not
That
for
was,
him.
yeah, that was hardcore. She didn't realize what was going on for the
Yeah,
longest.
and
I'm
he
like,
just swung her.
you better act right because he about to come
But you
for
could tell he didn't want to, but he's just
Yeah.
like, look, I got this thing to do, and
Crazy.
I
this
mean,
is
and
what I
then
have to
once he
do.
did that too, it's just, you know why I feel like this? It's because we don't see villains winning this frequently. You know what I mean?
That's
Or we
true.
just don't see villains winning.
Mm-hmm.
So once he killed his daughter and I saw how much it hurt him, I'm like, man, this nigga, just, bro, he don't give a
He
fuck
doesn't care about anything.
He don't care
Mm-hmm.
about nothing.
Yeah.
What makes you think anybody's gonna stand in his way at this point?
Yeah.
He literally just killed the one thing that he loved
Mm-hmm.
in this entire world. Bro, hell no, bro. He gonna get on them stones, bro. Fuck it, just let him do his thing. At this
Yeah.
point,
Woo,
he
let me
ain't
tell
got.
y'all what
He don't
happened.
care.
I know I love Twitter. So someone put this tweet out, and it was like Scarlet Witch, like, "Oh yes, we've won. We destroyed the Mind Stone." Somebody put Thanos, and then put up a clip of the Cha Cha Slide reverse.
Oh my god, damn, that's fucked
That
up.
hurt my feelings. That hurt my feelings.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
When that part happened, when they got the store, I thought they had won, and
I
then he just
completely
went.
forgot about that.
He
Yep.
just realized,
you know
I was like,
what?
oh
And just plucked
no!
it.
And for
Yeah.
some
Pluck it from him.
for some reason, I forgot about the whole
Time stone.
time stone, and
Well-
I'm like, you definitely did just
Well, I
get the
feel
time
like
stone.
there's a bigger picture there too, because I got frustrated, when Doctor Strange is going through and looking at all the possibilities, and he's like, there's only one where we win, and then he just gives up the time stone. So I'm like, okay, this must have something to do with it.
Oh yeah,
No,
that was. The
that's
only,
what I'm
yeah,
definitely.
Yeah,
I'm
100%.
definitely.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I definitely think. I
Because
think
they're definitely gonna win.
Doctor
and he
Strange knows everything. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he's the only one who knows everything, and I think the reason why he gave the stone and all that stuff is
'Cause
because
that was the only
this is
option
the one reality where we actually win. We just have to take a big L first.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
Yeah. So after this L, then I won't be here and all that
because
stuff.
he would have
Everything
never
will
gave it up that
rearrange.
easily if he knew they
Well,
weren't
yeah,
going
because
to
that's what he
get back
said.
on the
If it
second
comes
movie.
between protecting you and the kid and the stone, like, you will die. I will let you guys die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So so this is why by the way, I love that whole section where everybody was just disappearing. I thought it was effective without music
Yeah.
because that's one of my pet peeves. Like I think the
Dramatic
best.
music, yeah.
Yeah, I think some scenes work better with just without music. You know,
Yeah.
I wish more movies would do it.
It's riskier though, like
Yeah.
right, like it's more of a risk doing no music, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, well,
you
to
don't have
me,
a
it
powerful
just
image
seems
to
like
back it up.
what music in movies is supposed to do is it's supposed to dictate how you feel about a scene.
Right.
So if it's a happy
So when
thing,
you don't have
happy
the music, it's like you're leaving
And
them
now
out.
you have
Maybe
leaving
that's
it up
why I
to
felt
the
like that at
audience.
the
All
end
these
too.
different
Then
emotions, yeah.
yeah, to however you want to feel about it.
maybe that's
you know?
why I felt like that at the end of the movie too.
Oh, really?
Cause shit just ended silent. You just watching people
Yeah.
disappear. You're like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Yeah,
Because that was the only time I really didn't understand what was happening. I was like,
yeah.
Wait,
That was the
so-
only
Me
time I was.
either.
I was.
Who went first? T'Challa?
no, he was like later on. I can't
I
remember
honestly
who
don't
went
know
first.
who went first.
But
who was in front of him when everything went down?
Oh, who
Thor.
t-
Thor.
But Thor's still there.
Yeah, that's right.
yeah,
Um,
Thor's still there. When T'Challa went out to reach out to his the chick that's always like
This
guarding
is
him
no
and shit.
place to die.
I thought she was gonna disappear, and then he disappeared.
That's what I
was
thought,
like,
too.
Oh
Yeah,
shit,
me too.
But right then, with him and Spider-Man, that's why
Ooh,
I was
that
kind of
one
like,
hurt me.
oh, his
That
was
one
my favorite.
hurt
His was
me.
my favorite Spider-Man when he did when he was like, oh, I don't feel so good, and he ran up to
Mr. Stark.
Mr. Stark, no, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. And he
Yeah.
was like, he turned it. Well, he's a kid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's 16.
Yeah. His was like,
That hurt
that's
me.
when it actually, to me, that's when it, I was like, Tom Holland, this new guy, I was like,
He is good, yo.
I was
He
like,
is good.
he's a good fucking actor.
Yeah,
I'm going
bro,
to look
he
out
is
for this
good,
kid. I want to
dog.
see what, he's going to have a bright future.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man, he is good.
He killed
yo.
that scene. I thought he
Yeah.
was really dying because his performance was so great.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, like this, I think he's going to have he's going to have an Oscar at some point.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
nice,
I think
bro.
at some
Yeah,
point when he
he's
gets
nice,
older and
dog.
shit,
I
I think he's
agree.
gonna have an Oscar for something because that performance, he didn't have to be that good. This is a Spider-Man fucking superhero movie.
That's true.
You didn't have to be that good, but he put in that fucking performance. He thought he was dying.
Yeah. Hey, and then so I know his suit is.
Oh, the
Oh,
Iron
yeah,
Spider
Iron Spider.
Oh my
Yeah.
god! It was
Flames when he
so
got the little
hard,
legs.
bro.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Came out.
When the bat came out with the,
Yeah.
I was like, nigga, what?
Yeah, yeah.
bro. Yeah. His suit is ill, dog.
Yeah,
bro. He's so good at saving people.
yeah.
He's
so good. Yeah.
at saving people. He was like, okay, hold on.
I really like him as Spider-Man.
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. He's definitely he's probably the best. He's probably
Yeah.
probably the best.
You could put up an argument, you know, like with him because because the middle guy he was good too.
Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, yeah, he was good too.
I don't think
think
I've seen any of
He just
those
had
movies.
he just got a bad
Supporting
deal
cast.
on the movies
Oh,
itself. The
okay.
directors and all that stuff. I think he was just the great Spider-Man in bad movies. The first one was not that bad with him, but Yeah, he just got a bad rap with that whole thing, you know? Like, if he was a Spider-Man in these ones, I think he would have been great.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
So it wasn't his fault. But Tom Holland, yeah, he's kicking ass right now as
Absolutely.
Spider-Man. I really want to see him more as Spider-Man. But with the whole deaths, when he disappeared, Spider-Man disappeared, and T'Challa disappeared, that's when I was like, they're going to come back.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man. Like,
You can't
I was
knock off
rolling.
that many main characters.
I was rolling with everybody because when everybody else started disappearing, like certain characters I don't know are gonna return and shit. And Gamora, I don't know if she's gonna
I
return.
think she's really dead.
Yeah, she might be dead.
Gamora.
Green chick.
Yeah, she's out of here.
Yeah. I think she might be dead.
Yeah.
But when those two disappeared,
Well, someone had a theory that maybe her soul is trapped in the Soul Stone.
okay, so that could be
Yeah.
another a good possibility. So that's the only one that kind of like took away the gravitas of like that scene in general is when Spider-Man and gravitas. When Spider-Man and Black Panther, I was like, they ain't gonna kill Black Panther, and he had the highest grossing fucking. Oh yeah, you're gonna kill him? Yeah, bullshit. Yeah,
I didn't think about that.
yeah, they're gonna kill him, right? His movie's still in theaters right now.
We about to kill our biggest money maker. You crazy as hell.
And to be honest, they didn't think that he was gonna be his biggest
That's
money maker.
true.
So
Yeah.
hopefully they didn't actually like. Oh shit, we killed Black Panther. We have no choice but to just keep rolling with it.
We got to figure out how we're gonna write him back in. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We have to change it for the fourth movie.
but-
So you know they're gonna bring him back. And
That's true.
So what's his name? Doctor Strange. Yeah, I think he's the
coming
one
back.
that knew all this stuff. So
Yeah.
I think everything is just gonna realign in the next one. It's just gonna be a matter of how it's going to.
True.
Yeah. So overall, good movie.
I would agree.
Oh, so real quick, what's your
Yeah, I was
what's
about
your
to say,
favorite?
and we're gonna end on that.
Well, so 19 movies. What is your favorite Marvel movie? Because I like the thing I like about the MCU is like all of them have sort of their own feel and their own sort of themes and all that shit.
Yeah.
And depending on the type of movies you pick, sometimes it kind of says something about your taste and all that stuff.
That's very true.
Yeah. So so it'll be cool. So what's your favorite?
My favorite is the original Iron Man.
Original Iron Man.
The
For
very first
multiple
one.
reasons.
Yep.
I loved the Tony Stark character. In general, Jeff Bridges.
Yep.
Duh.
Yeah. Underrated as
Duh.
I like him.
And even the storyline. I mean, and really, like that's the jumping off point to the whole universe.
The whole
so
Marvel
I think
game.
that's just a testament to the love that went into the movie.
I gotta watch that again. Honestly, it's been so long.
great.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it's you.
Yeah,
It
I
holds
have
up.
I literally
It
haven't
does.
watched it probably since the first
It's
year or
on
two it came out.
Amazon
So
Prime.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I need to watch that. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's been a while.
And it's a complete story too.
Yeah, it's
you know?
like from start to
he has
finish
a great
the
arc
whole-
going
That's what
from
I'm saying.
asshole
Like,
to
I
hero.
feel like the way y'all talk about it, because I've heard y'all talk about that first one before. I'm like, I definitely need to rewatch that
You
one
do.
because clearly, like, I wasn't probably able to process it all when it first came out.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little long too.
But that's okay though.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
good. It's good from start to finish. But that's by far my favorite.
And it's
Stark
m-
Industries jacket, all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's more Tony than Iron Man himself, but it's a Tony movie though. It's
Absolutely.
about his character.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So what's yours?
Yeah, I'll go. I think mine is probably Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange.
That's
Great
probably
pick.
my
Great
number
pick.
two.
Great
Yeah,
pick.
because that was the one that like I feel like a lot of the movies had me like, oh shit. That one had me like, what am I watching right now? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
When she pushed out his astral form.
Yeah, that's when I knew I was like, oh, I'm in.
This is gonna be
shit.
different. This is gonna be different.
Yeah, this is different. I ain't never seen nothing like this before. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and I just watched it not too long ago, and I just like that I still get confused on how the buildings move. I still don't
Oh,
understand.
when they're in the mirror dimension.
I still don't fully understand the mirror dimension, and I kind of enjoy the fact that I don't get it because I
Yeah.
be like, I'm thinking niggas don't see this shit happening. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like,
it's like happening behind this veil.
yeah, and it's
they're
like
manipulating time.
I
and
kind of
shit.
get it, but I will be not ashamed to say I do not fully understand what I'm watching.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
Truly.
know it is going down right
Yeah.
now. You know,
Yeah,
and that's
yeah.
what I like about it. Like,
Yeah.
and it's like that was the one that like. That was the one because I guess I got over like so many Marvel movies came out way before that one because that's
Yeah.
a later one.
Yeah.
So it's
around,
like my
like,
mind had been
2016.
Something
yeah.
like that,
So
yeah.
my mind had been blown a couple times that year. That one fucked me up though.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
one had me like
It's good.
yeah like
Yeah,
God
I really-
damn is that deep?
It's
You know?
underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it grew on
just,
me.
and just Netflix.
Yeah.
Wasn't even in the theater. Like
And it
No,
still
did
had
go
that
to
effect.
theaters.
it didn't go in the theater.
Oh
Yeah.
no! Yeah.
It was just
yeah.
super underrated because the Doctor Strange character is not
Nobody
like,
I
as
didn't
popular.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, so I thought it was Netflix. I saw it on Netflix.
Yeah,
Okay,
I mean, that's where I watched
It
it
came
too.
out in
Yeah.
November 2016.
Okay, yeah, 'cause, yeah. because I just had no reason to. Because I'm like, I don't even know. I've never even heard of you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
Yeah.
And for some reason, most people don't really talk about it for some reason.
Man,
But it's
that
Because
one
most people, honestly, haven't seen it.
that's true.
yeah, that's true. Because I didn't even know who Doctor Strange was at all.
Yeah.
Like, I think more people are seeing now that he's in the Avengers. Though.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, it was trending on Netflix. So I
Yeah.
think people are going back
I
and
had to
watching
explain
it.
who Doctor Strange was to Aya. So
Yeah.
I was with her.
Yeah.
And I told her, I was like, you need to sit down and watch the movie.
That movie is crazy.
That magic and shit, the sorcery and all that stuff was
But
just
even
done
before
really
he
great.
even found it, he found the dude that severed his spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like that whole part leading up to it is deep. Like and the dude was like, I
Go
got
up to the mountains,
Yeah,
man.
he like go over here, ask for this.
Right. Just casual.
He was
Yeah.
he was like, it's gonna cost you though. Like,
but he's
but
like-
the way he said it was like, okay,
It's gonna cost you.
We're talking some soul exchange right now. I see what I get it.
Yeah,
now, but
because
you know
he said
what I
it's
mean?
gonna cost you. It's like, wait, how much is it? He's like, I'm not talking about money.
Yeah,
It's like,
exactly. Yeah,
that was a good line. Yeah. So mine it took a little bit because I couldn't decide, and I had to watch both movies again because I thought it was gonna be like. For a while, I thought it was the Avengers, the first one, but then I watched Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Oh, fire.
I know,
Oh
man.
my
Fire.
God,
I
man.
know,
Fire.
I know. I need to watch
I watched it again.
I keep falling asleep in the beginning for some reason.
Oh, really?
I
Well,
don't
that's
know why.
understandable.
Is
I
the
mean, it's a
beginning
very
slow?
talky.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a very dialogue-heavy
Yeah.
intrigue and politics and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know?
getting that out the way before
It's
it gets
not really a
good.
superhero movie, really.
Yeah.
So I watched it again, and even it blew my mind the first time. I was talking to a friend about it, and because we hadn't talked about the movie before, and I didn't know he saw it already. And just from a writing standpoint, screenwriting and shit,
It was crazy.
that movie is written so well. The dialogue is very intelligent. It's, I don't know. It's just the way in the first 5 minutes, you meet him and Bucky, running, and you keep
Yup.
running past them on your left, and they establish a great friendship between them, and you get to know. Did I say Bucky?
Yeah, you said
No,
Bucky.
I meant Falcon. Yeah, I meant
gotcha.
Falcon. Yeah, a great friendship between them. I mean,
Yeah.
in the first 5 minutes, and you believe it. And later on, like at the very end, they do this whole great screenwriting thing where I think Falcon said, like, in the beginning, you said you have to listen to this Marvin Gaye song and catch you up on the times and all that shit. And then you had the whole on the left and on the left thing. At the very end, when, you said you haven't seen it yet.
No, I haven't.
Okay, so never mind then. But okay, but
I need to rewatch
God
it
damn
because I'm
It's been a while.
drawing
It's-
blanks.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a while since it
I
came out.
forgot. Yeah, but they do it like a great screenwriting thing where they do this thing where when you have something that happens in the beginning, you bring it right back
Oh,
around
I like
at the
when they
very
do
end.
that. Yeah.
And
like
I was
that.
just, when they brought something back around, I was just like,
There we go. Yeah,
I
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
that was perfect to bring right back around to
Yeah.
establish their friendship thing, Just the intrigue. I love the whole, like, it doesn't feel like a superhero movie. Those are usually my favorites. Like, you have the Dark Knight that feels like a crime thriller with mobs and shit,
Yeah.
True.
More than it feels like a superhero movie.
True.
This one feels like, Jason Bourne. It feels like,
Those are good movies.
it's it's not a superhero movie. It's a fugitive movie. It's a man on the run. It's who the fuck do I trust?
Yeah.
Nick Fury. Who are you on my side? Or are you the good side? Why are you only telling me some of of our missions and shit? I just like this fact that you have this goody two shoes superhero thrust into a world where he can't trust anybody.
It's savage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he has to struggle to be the light in this darkness. Black Widow, who are you working for? He has her at the wall, on a wall at one point. I just like that shit. I think it's just a well-written, well-directed movie that is
Yeah.
almost flawless. So I think I just made the decision. I think this is my favorite. It was just a last-minute decision. I think this is my favorite because it just gets that reaction out of me.
It gets that feeling out of you.
Yeah, that cinephile type of thing out of me.
Yeah.
So yeah. This is our.
Yeah, so yeah.
So yeah.
And I got the feeling
And
all in my soul.
let's see what the next phase of the Avengers is going to be after this.
Ant-Man and the Wasp. I'm ready for that.
Oh
That's
yeah.
what's up
And when
next.
does that take place?
June.
I mean, just in the storyline of the,
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. I don't
because
know.
Ant-Man wasn't in it.
Yeah. They're going to bring it
Hey,
together somehow.
Ant-Man
I'm
and the
sure.
Wasp
Yeah.
looks kind of real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
That shit look kind of real.
Yeah, it does.
They dropped that trailer right on time. I said, I will be seeing that. Yeah.
I think it's probably happening right before all that shit goes down. You know,
Yeah.
But who knows? Maybe at the end they'll start to disappear or some shit.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sure they're going to tie it in.
Yeah, they're
I
gonna
know
tie it
for
in
sure.
beautifully.
because they don't have loose ends in Marvel.
Yeah, it can't be happening during. They can't just be
Yeah.
looking at this. Oh, was that circle thing? Anyway, let's go on with our mission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it happened to. I think it's happening before, but
Yeah.
we'll see.
And we will see y'all next week.
Yeah.
We'll see y'all twice next week, actually, because we have an interview. So that means
yeah,
we need
that's
to meet
right.
Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll see y'all Wednesday and Thursday next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we about to be out of here. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Subscribe to the YouTube. We need 9 more followers so we can get to 100. And I know half of y'all that listen to us have a YouTube channel. So it would be great if you search the Three Oak Podcast on YouTube or just Menace Material. That's the name. Menace Material Entertainment. That's the name of the channel. Subscribe to us. We only need 9 more. You know, we need money. You know what I'm saying? we need
need money.
advertisers. You know what I'm saying? We
You
need
know
a
how
couple
it is
more
out here.
Yeah, you know
I'm
how it is in
waiting.
these streets. I'm getting better at the YouTube. Holla at us, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, follow us on all our socials. The Three Oak Podcast on Instagram. The Twitter as well. I probably won't announce that because there's nothing for you to watch right now. So, and it's the same thing. So, but there's nothing there. You can follow it if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing.
Follow me on Twitter.
Yeah. Follow her on
Bonneville,
Twitter.
The Menace.
She be tweeting.
The Menace,
I be
number
tweeting.
4, real on everything.
Yeah. Color Heart Pro, Instagram, Twitter.
DMs wide open.
Mine are not open.
Vaudeville's DMs is wide open.
That's
All
what
right, and
she
y'all have a good week.